Coronation Street star Tristan Gemmill responds to claims that the soap has become too dark. It's an ongoing debate among fans, one that even chat show host Michael Parkinson involved himself in. Is Coronation Street getting too dark? The show has been hit with storylines ranging from a child sex abuse ring through to a grim double killing orchestrated by villain Pat Phelan. But, while some are racing to Ofcom with claims that the show has gone too far, others have been pointing out that there has always been violence and despair in the show, citing storylines such as the point-blank shooting of Ernie Bishop, Alan Bradley's abuse of Rita Tanner and the stabbing of Brian Tilsley outside of the nightclub. As with every soap, the dark storylines are spliced with comedy, and Corrie arguably does this better than many, with characters such as Gemma Winter, Norris Cole, Mary Taylor and even the one-time superbitch Tracy Barlow making us chuckle. We caught up with Tristan Gemmill recently to discuss Robert Preston's testicular cancer storyline, and when we broached the subject, he had his own views and dismisses assertions that the soap is too dark these days. He said, "People are entitled to that opinion, but I would say that to lament that somewhat lost world of the gentle northern humor, it's not really a world that is around anymore. We still have that in the show. We haven't lost the humor which is part of the DNA of the show. There's so much more content hurtling towards people these days and so much more choice than just the 3 channels. Audiences have become a lot more sophisticated with what they can deal with. I personally think the Pat Phelan storyline is fantastic and Connie McIntyre is just smashing it. He is an actor at the height of his powers and the writers just love writing for him. Obviously, he's a wrong un, and in the law of soaps, he will get his comeuppance eventually. It's a question of playing it out, and I know that the vast majority of people view him as a really popular character and he has won a bunch of awards for it. And as for things like testicular cancer, these aren't dark storylines. Our job is to hold a mirror up to the world. We maybe find a bit more of the drama out of it, but it is out there in the world, and I like to think we comment on it responsibly and tell interesting stories around it. So no, I don't subscribe to the theory of Corrie being too dark at all. Corrie will hit us with both darkness and light as Christmas dawns, with a sinister storyline involving Billy Mayhew's past haunting him, running alongside a comedy storyline which sees hapless Steve McDonald end up back with Tracy. And Tristan promised that in itself would likely lead to some strong comedy scenes as Robert, Steve, Tracy and Michelle end up in a room together. He smiled. "We have filmed some scenes already where the 4 of them are all in the same room at the very least, and it does make for some extremely awkward conversation, definitely."